ladies and gentlemen. Testing, testing. T minus 10, 9, oh, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ollie, Ollie, accent free. LA, are you there? Present. I am here and if live and in living color. Thank goodness. My name is LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Quality check, sound check. Let me make sure everything is okay to the best of my ability. Thank you for coming in. This video is a summary of what I have done all month for the month of April. To me personally, it seemed like this month is over and I am on a great roll of all the great things that I have been doing / participating in the world of YouTube, specifically on YouTube. Have you know, I have been uploading like a mug. And I am very proud of myself because I have personal goals that I'm trying to reach to. And I am so happy that I'm able to do it. Today is April 20th, 2025. The time is 4:51 p.m. It is Sunday. It's been a very busy month for me, a very productive month for me, and I am very happy about everything that's been unfolding for me personally. I feel that it is up to me to take the liberty to inform all of my fellow friends and followers and the ones who peekaboo in and out from time to time to see what she's doing. I feel it is my obligation to let you know what's going on. I just got off a live when I recovered the Essence magazine, so that's the playlist world I've been in today. Where have LA been? We haven't seen her. I have been here, but I've been talking about a completely different subject matter apart from me wearing my morning mood costume / my Atlanta Journal Constitution costume, which is actually the cow suit. Here on Elay TV, I have a variety of things that I talk about, discuss, and express. And being that I have not put myself in one particular box, I have the liberty to be able to jump in different playlists that I have provided. So when I feel the notion to, I can do as such. Like for example, I didn't want to wear the cow suit today, so I didn't feel like pressure to wear it. I wanted to talk about magazine articles. Hey, how you doing, Rashiri? Thank you for coming in. And I didn't feel any type of way because it happened. I had a good time reading out of the magazine. And lo and behold, I learned something for myself. And I was really excited about it. So much to the point, I wrote a lot in my closing remarks. I've been getting into the habit of putting closing remarks into my live feeds, because not only is it a refresher for myself, it'll let you guys know who come in on the replay game or on my current lives what I talked about, and that I'm not just here with the poops trying to make $1, but I'm actually gleaning something from every video that I do. So for example, I learned in a particular article I read today that sometimes when we have a gift or that we want to do, for example, I've been feeling like the itch to write another book, and that's something you don't want to deny. So it's like, okay, I need to really get mindful of how I structure my day so I can start implementing a time so I can start working on pinning these pages to this said book that I want to write. Those are the things that we have to go by. Sometimes the answers aren't going to be all big, bold, and extravagant and come falling out of the sky like they show on TV. Though that would be nice, because looking for a sign is exhausting. So I suggest not to, bother yourself or trouble yourself with looking for a sign. Just let it come naturally. For me, the answer came very quietly, and it came from me reading the article. So I'm excited about that. I must pat myself on the shoulder. I said before, if I try to pat myself on the back, I might dislocate my shoulder. I just did it. I did not. And then today also, in addition to reading that article, the other article I read from the Essence magazine, well, it wasn't an article. I just focused on the highlights of all the advertisement that they have filled in the magazine. I was celebrating digital, not digital. I was actually celebrating print media. Print media. Print media. It's like a lost art. Reading from a magazine. It was so nice and fulfilling to see like the double pages of advertisement from Coca-Cola to hair care products to small businesses where they have a section in the back of the magazine where they're celebrating regular people like you and I to promote our business or whatever we have going. The art of print media. So that's what I felt led to do today. So I made 2 videos about celebrating print media by way of magazine. And after that, I wanted to come on here to let the vertical viewers, as yourself, know what I've been doing today. So I've been live, but it probably didn't come through your feed. In addition to that, the night before, I took the liberty to make exactly 8 different commercial trailers so you guys can know all of the content that I have prior to you joining on the Elay TV platform. I've been on here for 12 or 13 years now, so I wanted to refresh some of the original content that I had done 12 years ago, cut it down into a small 2-minute video, show the visuals of it without the sound, and I just talked over it so you can see where I started from, where I've been, where I am, and where I'm trying to go. I did my best not to put all of my content on private because as you get to know me, you'll be able to get to know me and see my growth from 2012. I look completely different, and as you see through the feed of uploaded videos, you'll see a few, maybe a few, but definitely one video of my hair being really short. I had really short hair, and when I look back on that video for the first time in like over 10 years, I just was like, wow, I look different, especially with my hair being short. I even sound different vocally, you know? So I can say, as I realized this in this one shining moment, that I believe my confidence has built even more through the years of being on social media. I can say YouTube has taught me to be a little more confident when I speak, opposed to the public speaking that I had in middle school. So those are the projects that I've done. I have 8 trailers going out. The first one is called Jingle Bells, and it's about a pumpkin that I created. He's a character, and I gave him life, and he's got this dilemma where he likes to celebrate Christmas time opposed to Halloween. The next commercial is of me dressing as in a gold suit at a park where my mom actually recorded the video, and I have this shiny gold suit on and this big old afro, and I'm pretending to be both MC Hammer and James Brown at the same time. I have another video where I did a Katy Perry spoof with McDonald's Happy Meal toys. So you're going to start seeing that video into rotation of me just being silly and having fun and expressing my creative side. Watching those 3 videos alone actually was like me looking at it, which it is, a time capsule. It was like me reminding myself of all the great things that I've done and reminding me to kind of bring that stuff back. Though the art is not lost, because as I speak to you, I'm going to pull out a Funko Pop toy. I have a few of them beside me on my desk. So the art of expression by way of through toys, Happy Meal toys to emphasize the point or overly express the point is still there in me, but it's developed from the videos from 2012 to me creating and expressing myself in the form of these little guys right here. So I'm still me, but I've developed and evolved over the time. The third video that I worked on last night, I was up really late, guys. I was up till, it seems, 3 in the morning, happily working on these videos, and almost crying a little bit. And I usually say reverse crying because it seems like when I get emotional on here, the tears go backwards. But this time when I was working in the morning, I was really expressing small tears of joy and happiness. It's kind of like, you know how you graduate from high school and they play that Forsaken memory reel followed by the intentionally play song to get you emotional and involuntarily cry. Well, that's how I felt as I looked at my videos from 12 years ago of where I started and what I lost along the way and what I've gained. So the next video is called Gravity Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights is a photography expression video accompanied by Hit the Lights and one of my favorite songs by them called Gravity. It is with me in cosplay. I was dressed up as a superhero costume that I put together myself, and my mom helped me with that. And I say my mom a lot in these first few videos that I made, which is a combination of 8, because at that time I was really trying to work things out and bond with my mom. Currently, as of today, which is April 20th, 2025, my mom and I are not that close. And yes, it is a sad thing, but sometimes in situations, I myself, when I get older and turn into an adult, I start to see things through different lenses of eyes, and I start to see things for what they really are, compared to what they were when I was in a child's mind. And there's some things that I did not like that I spoke about and questioned, and I got a lot of backlash for. Hence why here on LA TV, I deem it saying that it's home for the black sheep, because I am a black sheep in my family who dares to question things and bring up things that I don't understand that are going on to this day. So it dredged up a lot of emotions from where I was and talking about my mom, because my mom helped me. She was my film person. And I can't say this if my mom is creepily watching these videos, because I think she is under pseudonym. Mom, if you're watching these videos, I don't know where the H you are in life. You were great at filmography, if that's a word. You were great at aerial shots. You were great at taking pictures. You were a naturalist, and you didn't even go to school for it. I encourage you to keep going with that. I encourage you to find a way to get out of your shell if you haven't already, to just go around town and take pictures. I had to have gotten it from somewhere, because when I was younger, like elementary, I got my first camera. I ordered my camera out of a cereal box. It actually was Golden Crisp, where you buy so many cereal boxes and then you turn in the box tops and then you put in money and pay the shipping and such, and you get a prize. That's how I got my first camera. And I used that and I started taking so many pictures. Now that I'm thinking about it right now in this moment, I want to say that my mom is probably a natural at taking pictures, and that's where I get taking pictures from. So it's amazing. Wow. In the spirit of working, to inform all my new people and myself of what I've done, where I've been, and where I'm going, then I learned more things about myself now that I'm slowly putting together into this. My next video is video number 6/advertisement, and it's Furby Goes to the Hospital. I have a Furby McDonald Happy Meal toy that I brought into my doctor's appointment 12 years ago. I snuck them into my purse, and when the nurse was like, okay, I'll be back, I was like, good, because I used that opportunity to have my Furby toy go around the doctor's office, and I did like this little skit. I'm going to take a pause because I have been running on at the mouth, informing you of all the things that I've done this month. Technically, this month is not over. Not even technically. Officially, this month is not over, but it feels like it to me. It seems like this one's got extra days crammed into it. So So having said that, I'm going to figure out how many days are in this month as we speak. How many months are in April? How are in the month of excuse me, that was a good one. I belched 2 or 3 times in my last live. Whew. It never fails. Almost every video I'm belching, and I'm not gonna suppress it. I might explode. We can't have that. I have a family to love. So according to AI Overview, there's 30 days in this month. I gladly appreciate the extra days because it feels like for myself, the push, the personal hard push that I've been pushing on YouTube platform, I'll have a few extra days to kick back and relax because I'm seeing the results of my hard work. I'm very proud of myself. It can be scary sometimes because I set the goal so high for myself. Not because I'm a perfectionist. I just wanted to make sure that if I over-delivered, I knew there would be no way in Hades that I would miss the bar. And I sure did over-deliver. And now I'm starting to slowly see the results. I don't think I will have to do that again or anymore. But for my peace of mind, that's the route I chose. If you have any other working strategies as far as YouTubing, feel free to share them with me. If you think that they will be of some help, maybe I can apply them to my work ethic on here. I have a cookie right now because I wanted to take a small break because I just came in hammered with talking. I surprised myself, but I'm really excited and feeling the mojo of reaching personal goals for this month. The next video that I recreated and packaged up as a 2-minute YouTube trailer / advertisement is Slim Fit Tea presents Story of the Year. Story of the Year, the constant review. It's me once again in my shorter hair. I'll be in the blue vest and I'm pretending to be of French origin. I'm pretending to be that I'm friends with me, LA, at the time. This is during my earlier stages of YouTube when I was playing around with multiple characters to see what original characters I wanted to incorporate into the fold of Elay TV. Upon doing that, I have created 2 original characters that are a permanent facet for Elay TV. One is Uncle Freddy, and the second one is Thaddean King. Slim Fit Tea didn't stay in the mix, but I did not silence the video. I wanted you guys to see my developmental so-ons as I try to make my way and find my own personal niche to work with YouTube for myself. This cookie is good. I sat it out for a moment and it warmed up because it was too cold. So I think that's the case with this particular lemon cookie because when I took it right out of the freezer a couple days ago, I was telling my husband I prefer to eat the cookies when they have a lot of cream like that. I like to just take the tops off and not really fool with the lemon part too tough. But I took the cookies out too much, too soon, and I wasn't able to easily take the top off. But this time I'm able to. So perhaps if I set them out for at least 5 minutes, they'll achieve room temperature status and I'll be able to successfully and pain-free eat the cookie. I tell you, when I go live on here, the things that I just learn about myself, for myself, it really helps out a lot. Let me move this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the white button and put this in here. Thank you guys for coming in. So once again, this is a summary of what I've been doing all month. I'm going to go back to the list and talk about Slim Fit T Story of the Year. Story of the Year also is a group that I reviewed. Great song, great album, The Constant. And I would love to get back into the music. Remember, there was a time when YouTube let us flow so freely in the realm of just uploading music and expressing ourselves with videos. So that was the era I was in, when I was just cranking out so much music and just putting it out there and having the favorite songs that I liked and just reinventing the video with like clip art, photo stock, and just having the song play, but fixing my version of how I thought the video should have been done or how I envisioned it in my eyes. And then years later, you know how YouTube started flagging people's page? That's when I got my first strike. It scared me so bad, because that's how I was really getting down on YouTube, celebrating music. So when we could not upload music like that, and I got that strike, it scared me because I didn't know what else to do after that. So that really killed my productivity here on YouTube, because I had to figure out, what am I going to do now? Because incorporating music is one of the things that I really enjoy to do. So it felt like YouTube was taking music away from me. It felt like it was taking something away from me in the art department of expressing myself. When I first found out about YouTube, YouTube was my getaway out of jail card, getaway out of jail card of here. Because I had a lot of stuff crashing down on me for such a young person at that time. So being introduced to YouTube and knowing that I can come on here and be creative, get outside of my mind, get outside of the thoughts of the horrible situations I was in at that time, and just come on here and freely express myself by music and artistry of dressing up and stuff, and then having the possibility to get paid for it. I believe I did actually cry physical tears, because I wasn't in high school anymore. So it was like, where's my outlet to have somewhere to go to express myself through fashion, or have a group circle where we're talking about different things? Where is that at? So that's how I saw YouTube. So when they started slowly taking things away, it slowed down my progress on YouTube, and it caused me to have to change and do something else. I had to think about what I wanted to do. I didn't want to just hop on YouTube just for the sake of keeping the momentum. I lost a lot of people and traction because of that, because I simply could not think of what I could get into naturally that will make me want to be constant on YouTube once they took music away at that time. It hurt like Hades, and honestly, I'm still paying for this day, because those people didn't come back. I kind of didn't come back because years went in between that, and I kind of forgot how I was presenting everything. Outside of that, here I still stand. What's going on? I'm doing great. 40 boom 3 times. Meow, meow, meow. I'm doing great. I'm giving a summary of all the exciting things, according to me, that I've done and have and are doing in the month of April on the YouTube platform. Currently, I'm keeping everyone abreast on the fact that I did a rollout of 8 commercials where I'm introducing all of you new people and the ones who have been here for day one of the things I did 12 years ago. So I went deep into the wells of Elay TV and brought up videos, and what you will see presented is videos from 12 years ago, and I'll be just narrating over where I was at that time, maybe how I came about with that video, and I'll have the link in the description so you can fully submerge yourself in that video. The video I'm currently talking about that I did last night and early this morning is Slim Fit T presents Story of the Year. Story of the Year, The Constant, where I'm talking about a music review. And how, thank you, and how much the music impacted my life, and how much YouTube changing the way we could present music caused me to get my first ever community strike, and that scared me. So that at that year in time, I completely pretty much shut down YouTube because I didn't know how to build around that. It's like, what am I without my music? So that caused me to start coming up with other concepts and ideas to fill the void since they took music away, and I didn't want to risk getting another strike. And lastly, the 8th video I did is called Barbecue Baptist Church, and it's a funny parody of how people get baptized in church. But I use like these toys, and you guys, I actually have a setup where I have a bowl of water and I put blue dye in it to emphasize that it's water. I have a carton of eggs, and on those eggs I drew pictures of these eggs and gave them characters. And I have all these toys around pretending that they're going to this scary baptism, and they're crying. They're like, I don't want to be dunked in the water. Yeah, I agree with you, 40 Boom 3 times. They did take the music away. And by the time they got hip to the times, too many years had went by, and I lost so much traction. And I was doing several other things then on YouTube. So when I started YouTubing on here, I was encouraged to just stick to one niche, and I knew that wasn't going to happen. And then I was also informed with the sad reality that if you don't stick to one niche, you're going to have a really hard time ranking up in YouTube. So that made my heart heavy because I wasn't going to just be stuck in one box. It hurt because I knew that this was going to be a long, hard road for me. Because number one, I am uniquely different by design. And number two, I wasn't going to be able to just sit still and talk about one specific topic. Even though I do love music, there's other things going around in the world that I want to talk about. I want to talk about things that are going on in my life, or what went on in my life, or what made me me. So you mean to tell me I had to sit up here and only talk about one thing to win? Hard pass. So 12 years later, here I am, and now everyone's talking about needing to add variety to their channel. Glad I didn't change. I tell you, there's this movie called Cats Don't Dance where this fish, she walks and talks and she smokes cigarettes. It's a fish. So she had an audition or something she was waiting around for. She got some bad news. So she was sitting around on the water cooler, leaning against the water cooler. She was like, she had a cigarette in her hand and she was leaning against the water cooler. She was like, I need a drink. So she filled up the water from the water cooler and splashed it on her face. I thought that was funny. I actually have the movie beside me. It sounds like a mermaid. It was a fish. She wore a boa. She smoked a cigarette. She wore lipstick. And she walked on her 2 fins. And her partner was a goat. They were like dance partners, and they were trying to audition for several acts in Hollywood. This is the movie I'm referring to. It's called Cats Don't Dance. It's a Warner Brother production. And there's the fish. There she is. She sad looking in the face. They didn't incorporate the cigarette on the cover because at that time people were so family friendly and oriented and conscious about everything. But she smokes a cigarette in the movie. Cats Don't Dance. So those are the commercials that I made in a compilation of a few hours. I started on the yesterday and it bled into the next day early this morning, so you'll begin to see those videos. What else did I do in the month of April? Oh yeah, I started finally talking about magazines again. So far I've done 3 new videos in reference to the Essence magazines, and it was such a perfect time because earlier in this video I was talking about how I didn't want to put the cow suit on today, and I felt really proud of myself because I didn't feel pressured to do that, because that really seems at this point in time in life, as of 2025, the cow suit is really working for me in my favor. It really is, and I'm thankful for it. However, I need to separate myself from that too and just be me and wear regular clothes, right? So I was thankful I was able to actually have that window available for me to just get on here, not only make this video talking about a summary of what's going on for me today in the month of April, expressing the fact that if you missed me, I did go live 2 times today, but I was in the category playlist of Essence magazines. Who knows where I will be tomorrow, but I will be on live tomorrow talking about something from the category of the many categories that I have here on Elay TV. I have to literally take a pause and think about if there's anything else as far as notes that I want to talk about before I close out this video. Let me think here. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Let me put an emoji on here. Is there anything else I need to talk about in the notes? ... Where's that emoji where I'm thinking? Not the thought bubble, but that would be nice, but it is, where are you? I'm looking for you. Here it is. Here it is. Is there, let me put it on here. Let me type it in. Is there anything else that I'm supposed to talk about that I am missing, that I need to talk about? I'm thinking now. The first date, you'll have to come back in when I get into my what is it, relationship advice playlist. I do have a relationship advice playlist. I will let you in on this. I haven't touched the relationship advice playlist in a long time because at the time, years ago, I was in an abusive relationship and it involved court. So it was best that I zip it until years passed so I wouldn't get in trouble. So now that I am free to talk about that, I am more confident to be able to reopen the relationship advice playlist. So there's a lot of things where it gives the impression that I am not consistent with my playlists, or I just start and stop something. But it's just life, how life been dishing things out where I had to just be quiet and not speak about certain things. So that was almost a 10-year block. I have a few relationship advice videos that I talked about, but they're so surface level because that was me trying to figure out how I can get back into that playlist because I really miss talking about things like that. So thank you for bringing it up because it's a soft reminder for myself that, hey, I'm free to talk about things again. I'm happily married now. That's a big difference between 15 years ago and now. So I will be able to even create a new intro if I want to, have a new background if I want to, because that's the thing of the past and this is present. So thank you for bringing that up because now I'll be able to figure out how to implement that back into the playlist and breathe light to that playlist. Here for the questions. So I'm looking around on my desk to see if I covered everything I want to share with you guys in reference to what's going on with me. I'm on LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn for quite some time, but I am celebrating the fact that I am able to upload longer content over there. You can never have your content in enough places. especially since social media platforms are changing every 3 to 5 years. And every 7 to 10 years, social media platforms are closing their digital doors. So I'm happy about LinkedIn, so I can keep going in on LinkedIn and just punching out content on there too, because the more eyes, the better. Let me reach for my clipboard and look on the notes to just see if that's everything. What I learned, I do want to share this. What I learned today, surprisingly, from reading the article out of the magazine, Essence magazine, is that sometimes the little notions of trying to figure out what to do next or where you want to go, those messages come to you or myself or to us in different ways. So me simply reading an article today for the joy of wanting to read it, it was about hair care products, you know, entrepreneurship, black hair care products. I learned that sometimes the way we need to go comes in a soft message, such as me wanting to get back writing a book that I'm itching to write about. So that's a little tug telling me that it's time to start writing that book. I've written about 6 or 7 books I self-published. I don't talk about them much, but I'm going to be able to do that now that I have a lot of clearance to talk about a lot of things. I have a lot of free mental space in my head now that, you know, court dates are past me. I'm free to talk. I don't have to be up here talking like this, trying to be careful not to get myself in trouble so it can be used in court against me. It's over. So I'm technically and officially free to speak again. That's how the YouTube channel originally started, with me freely speaking until I got in trouble. So I'm looking forward to writing my next book. I have been setting that up. That's it. Senior year. I have been rehashing senior year because that's what I'm working on now. So I have a playlist called Senior Year that I made 1 or 2 years ago, but it's actually about my life when I grew up as a senior in high school. That's wild. No, not anymore. It won't be used in court anymore because it's closed. And whatever the word it is, it cannot be opened again. Thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Praise break! So, yeah, thank you for your words of encouragement, 40 Boom, 3 times. So, yeah, so I'm excited about that. So, senior year is about what I went through behind the scenes of however people viewed me in high school, you guys viewed wrong. So I'm telling you what really went on in my house, upbringing during my senior year, and how the people who are currently in high school can maneuver and use and find their voice so they don't go through the same poop I went through from senior year all the way up through college and so on. That's my mission of talking about senior year. It's not because I want to be like put people on blast, and I have to be careful about that too, because somebody gonna be like, can I get a lawsuit? But I want to share ways I can help so kids won't fall into the same blunder as I'm giving them the words and the strength to stand up for themselves when it comes to high school. Nonetheless, that's what I've been doing all month. And come to find out, I had to stop and look online to see how many days are in this month. Did you know it's 30 days in this month? Since when? I'm happy about it, because when I first opened this video, I was like, To me, you feel like this month is over. It's over to me. It's like 1.5 more days left in this month and it is done. Kroger, bag it up. Put in the Kroger's bag it up. You know, love the kids. Ooh, love the kids. Speaking of kids, you should have heard me in the last video. Somebody's kids was outside running around, playing all in the neighborhood, being loud. You gonna hear them in the background. But you know, it's Easter Sunday, so everybody who's a somebody have their kids running around the whole neighborhood. But yeah, that's my mission. I chose to make it my mission to use the grievances of my life to help others. Now, if that's my calling, I could not tell you. But until further notice, until I get a divine intervention like everybody else say, one day I was driving down the road one boring, dusty Sunday morning, going to the bar instead of church. I got hit in the head by a zebra, and the zebra talked to me, said, you need to be doing this. Well, until I get a divine mission or a divine word from on high of what I'm actually supposed to be doing, I've chosen to help educate people on ways not to fall into the traps that I've been in. And if they are in those situations, how they can work their ways out. I have one child and he is fully grown. They do grow fast, y'all. They grow so fast. So I want to help. My target audience for the books that I have currently self-published is like for 8th grade nowadays, because kids grow fast. They are fast. 8th grade through college, like the freshman and sophomore year to college. That's where I prefer to write right now in my life. I have the gift, the knack to write for children as well, but I don't want to. Not like how I feel compelled to write for that age bracket. So it is what it is. I'm getting sidetracked looking at my things over there. So I believe that's everything. Let me look at my tabs that I have open here. Let me see here. Let me put to put this in here for those of you who are coming in. Dashboard. I'm going through my tabs right now to see if I don't have any digital tabs set up that I'm missing. Look on my list. And lastly, I have some cue cards, so just a moment. Okay, that's about it. I believe that's everything on my list of things to talk about as far as the summary of what's going on. Oh yeah, the highlights. For the past maybe 3 days, so it seems to me, in my world, I was hitting you guys with content every hour on the hour. Bing, bing, bing. 5-minute videos. I am pretty amazed, impressed over how many of you guys actually watched it, because it's just I just been saturating you guys with a sea of content. But nowadays, it's encouraged to just give content. They are thirsty for content, and I have been delivering that. So that's another thing that I'm very proud of. I was going in consistently, giving you content every hour on the hour for 2 to 3 days. That was really fun. I was really scared because I committed to do this. This was a personal goal of mine, to get somewhere. And I didn't want to mess it up, but I did it. So this is really fun. I'm excited to see the results. And I've been learning so much. It seems like just going live, I am able to see all the features that YouTube have to offer. And I've been testing them out live. So I've been going live on, shoot, I gotta charge up the phone. I've been going live on my Android phone. Currently I'm going live on my Android phone, and it's the vertical view. And then as of yesterday, I'm trying to put the cell phone in the charger. And then yesterday I started back going live on my webcam from my desktop. I haven't done that in years. So I had to get reaccustomed to how to operate live streaming through the YouTube software and use their features. Yeah, I am. Because I'm trying out new things and I'm seeing what works for me and what don't work and what I need to tweak. I honestly like delivering content in the widescreen because it's so much more comfortable and it shows more of my background that I'm working so hard to build so the world can see. So I believe I've done 2 webcam videos today, and this is my first vertical video of the day. That, I believe, is everything. So I'm going to figure out what to type into my closing remarks and head out. Working hard, putting in work, getting the job done, and having a time. So, closing remarks for today. Let's see. Closing remarks. I am happy to, this is gonna sound vain, but I'm gonna say I'm happy to be celebrating me. Because I have achieved many personal goals set for myself via the month of May. I'm gonna try to sound a little smart. Via the month of May. And I said via the month of May. See, I told you this month is a wrap for me. We already in May. April is over for me. I'm already in March. Hello. Let me find the trophy emoji. Trophy! Shouts out Patrick Star from SpongeBob. That episode still is in my head. Trophy! Running around, stomach out. Patrick Star is a trip. Why? Because I have achieved many personal goals set for myself via the month of April. Those are my closing remarks. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I am glad and thankful that I did not want to wear the cow suit today, and I was not confined into a box to have to buckle under pressure to do as such. That's it. That's all. That's my story. Oh, yeah, and I talked about the game, the Pistons game. It's 2 more games. I talked about that in the last video. We've got 2 more Pistons games coming up. One is tomorrow, and the other one is a day or 2 in between on that. I am rooting for Detroit Pistons. Let me get a basketball and put that in here to declare my stance. Let me search in these emojis, basketball. There's the basketball. And I'm gonna put it in bold. Come on now, cursor. Did I spell rooting wrong? Can't do nothing right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, okay. Can't do nothing right. Ah! Let me make sure I spelled everything right, because I wrote in caps and I don't think spell check correct me when I type in all caps. I don't want to be up here looking like a doofus. A doofus. So it's spelled, let me look over here, and D-E-T-R-O-I-T. D-E-T-R. Okay, that's that. Let me get on out of here. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you y'all for doing all the things that y'all want to do for us, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. There's no pressure over here. I'll see y'all next video. Thank you for watching. Why is it? I didn't say I'm leaving yet. It's going to refresh. Me and AI, I'm getting ready to fight. Y'all have a good video. I mean, I got to get out of here. I'm done. Not have a good video. I've done too much. Y'all have a good day.